We're going to have a great day 6 of 40 days and 40 nights. Welcome everybody, and thank you so much for being here. We're going to give our network and our team members who's not regularly scheduled to 4040. We're going to give them access, a behind the scenes look for those that may be available and want to join us. Go ahead and take it away, Mike.
All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 6 of 4040. My name is Michael Demond, and I'm one of your coaches for the next 40 days, remaining 34 days, I should honestly say, as we finish up 6.0 version of our 4040. If you are someone who is joining or hearing about 4040 for the first time, Carmen and I have been doing this now. We're in our sixth version. This year we decided to do it quarterly, but we've actually been doing this for a few years. Started out being something annual, then we started increasing it because the people who are participating is like, when are we getting together again? So we decided to increase and start doing these quarterly. So 4040 is something that we put together for entrepreneurs to get together and have a place to gather virtually online so that as we go throughout the year, you have a sounding board, people who are encouraging you and motivating you, educating, sharing what we learn with each other so that all of us can grow throughout our business. The four P's is what we focus on. Carmen and I developed the four P's program a few years before we even started doing these 40s in this way. And it's designed to help entrepreneurs think about their life in four different categories. We have purpose. We talk about positioning, we talk about partnerships, and we talk about profits. So when you include those four ingredients together, guess what you have the recipe for? Success. That's what it's all about. So having a group of people that you can go through this process with, learn with, go through these coaching program, we offer this for free for people to be able to develop and to grow and to learn because we not only are focused on what it is that we need to do for ourselves in our business, but we also want to do the same for the people that we know and people who participate in this. So we're now on day 6 of 40. We have been covering first P, which is purpose. And for the past, I would say 6 days, we've really been talking about what is your purpose, number one, for just what is it that brings you joy in life and what is it that you want to do. And then number two is how does the business that you run and operate or businesses that you run and operate fit into your life and into your purpose. So we spent the past few days really talking about that, really taking people through a process to think, what is it that I want to do and why am I doing this? Because at the toughest moments when you don't have to, at the times when things get tough and you have other alternatives to just sit and continue to watch some more Netflix movies, or you maybe want to take a nap and get some sleep, your purpose is really going to be that things that help you just gives it just a little bit more push to go to the next level so you can get where you need to get. So everyone on the call has been really working through that process, and we've had people already starting to experience some aha moments to really kind of identify what it is that they're doing, why they're doing it, and who they're doing it for. So we have just a few more days inside of purpose that we're going to be covering. Then we're going to be moving over to our next phase, which is called positioning. We purposely put these two things back to back because really you need some clarity about who you are, how you want to show up, and what you're going to say when you are in front of people. Positioning is really going to talk about how do I then take those things that I've learned inside of purpose and use those to attract new business partners, customers, clients. Those things are going to be really important when it comes to how you show up online, how you talk to people, how people see you. So we're going to continue on through our purpose section for the next 4 days, and then we're going to move over to the positioning session. And if you are been here, maybe you're new, we have a private group in a private community where we put all the recordings so anybody who's part of 4040 can go back and watch those replays and catch up in case you're just jumping on now. So there's my recap for today. I'm going to turn it back over to Coach Carmen to get us continued on. I'm sorry, Coach, you're unmuted. Can you unmute?
Yes, there you go. Thank you so much, Mike. That is so important for us to tap when we're working on any type of project. Sometimes we got to slow down in order to speed up. Like, where have we been? Where are we going? And that recaps really helps to ground us. So, today, some of the information that we're going to be going over is so foundational to us. Many of us, mostly all of us, are part of an amazing company called Planet Marketing. Planet Marketing is a a 10-year, woohoo, 10 years of anything, y'all, is a big deal. So 10 years of being in business, a debt-free company that has a mission and a purpose to make sure that it gives access to a $8 trillion industry. We sell one thing. No, we're not selling lotion and potions. We're not selling fashion. We sell one thing, and that one thing is helping people to start their travel home-based businesses. Don't you guys just thank goodness that we have something that every week we ain't got to go on the meeting and people start telling us they're going to change the comp plan. They're not going to start telling us about we got to start adding another product line. I've been in this business 8 years, guys, and I'm so grateful to be a one-star director with this company, but the compensation plan has not changed one time. But we also know that in order to build a business, you got to build people. So here is a business opportunity that allows you to be in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And 4040 allows us to extend that mission. We're just piggybacking off the genius of Planet Marketing's founder, Mr. Donald Bradley, as well as all of the directors, bronze builders, gold builders, the people that just said yes. And so we're going to get into some information. We have some of the top earners of the business, people that's in that top 1% is on the line, and you're going to hear from them towards the end of today's session. And if you're brand new and you're on this 40 days and 40 nights and you check it out on our YouTube channel, go to that person. Somebody has probably talked to you about Planet Marketing and teletravel. You don't necessarily need to contact me, but if anybody that you see on this screen has reached out to you about Planet Marketing, you need to reach out to them and say, wait a minute, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What is it about that business again? I didn't know that I had so many ways that I could work it. I didn't know that I could invest $200 one time and it's $60 a month and actually have something that could give me an extra $500 a month, an extra $1,000 a month, all the way to some people are making 20, 30, $40,000 a month. So because of that, we want to make sure that you get a good foundation and a good understanding about what this is all about. So we're going to be laying down the foundation. In business, there's all these different moving parts and all of these different things we got to do. But because when I came into this business, I already had 30 years as a traditional business owner. And what I know is that if you don't have a reason, you don't have a purpose as to why you're doing something, it's going to be just a bunch of busy work. Mr. Bell, you're just going to have a bunch of stuff on your list, but you're not going to be really passionate about it. So we're going beyond just checking things off the list. And there's some things that we do in this business that's foundational. Like nobody can tell me about what we call as the IMV, the inspirational morning vitamin, because I know that we're living in a very negative world. So I have to be intentional about refueling my mind every single day. I can't be around complacent people. I have to be intentional in hearing from people that's breaking records, that's hitting the success, they're hitting the mark. Because if we don't, we're going to be discouraged because the world is just set up that way. So you want to be intentional, Denisha. You want to be super intentional. Yes, you are a mom. You're navigating three beautiful children. You're working a full-time job, but somehow she says, I got to prioritize being part of this company, being part of 4040, because I know I need to have the renewing of my mind. So I want you today to really acknowledge progress that you made so far and the energy that you're bringing to our group. Okay. And so for people that's just listening in for the first time, think about everything that you do. When we say listen to the IMV, are you distracted? Are you doing other things and you're not really sitting down taking notes when you have access to some of the top earners in the company? Are you listening to what Director JP Mukes is sharing with you? Are you saying, how can I apply this information? Or you just passively listening to it, just more like busy work? That's the question questions that you really want to be able to ask yourself. Okay, so that's what we're going to kind of be going over today, making sure that you all understand why are we doing the things that's outlined in the 4040 journal. So let's go ahead and start going over this list, guys, and then we're going to hear from some of our directors and our goal builders so they can just share with you. You'll learn more about what these different levels mean, but you're going to learn why a lot of them have non-negotiables in their calendar. And so what we don't want people to keep saying is, I'm busy. It's very few of us that's not busy, because people are busy working full-time jobs. They're busy with their family. They're busy with their church or their community events. But guess what? I got good news. This business has been designed for busy people. It is designed for busy people. So I want you to go ahead and let's talk about some of the tools that we have in our journal. So we have a journal that people can choose. They can have a journal like this, a hardcover journal that we were designed, and we had an updated version that was created by AJ, our editor in chief for our magazine. And we put this all together so you can have one place to put your information in. Okay. So let's take a look here. So your purpose is your anchor. Once you understand your purpose, that's going to be your anchor. Hey there, Attorney Toya Chin, good to see you. So without your purpose, you're going to have distractions. It's going to pull you off course. That's with anything. With it, you stay focused and you're consistent. So you want to stay consistent by revisiting that purpose each and every day. So there's two sides of your purpose: how you speak it to yourself, your personal convictions, and how you share it with others. All right, so I'm going to ask somebody, one of our directors, to speak to this. There's two sides of your purpose: how you speak it to yourself, that means in your mind, and then how you share it with others. Any one of our directors are able to speak to that before I go on? Just unmute yourself.
Go ahead, Director Benson. I saw you unmute. Go ahead.
Y'all, oh my gosh, this right here. Oh my God. I don't know if you all saw it all over social media, but this past weekend, first of all, real quick, Mr. Bradley asked everybody that was going to the 10-year to bring this book. And he's done that in the past. Bring the book, whatever. And we've read a couple of pages. I've been at an event before. So to set the stage, he asked us to bring out our book during the session. I thought we were going to go over it during the directors meeting. During the general session, he said, bring out your book, pick, and I want y'all to take notes because I want y'all to do this. I'm going to ask my team today on our team Zoom. This is going to be the book of the month. It's only going to take you a couple weeks because it's a real easy read. He asked us to take out this book, pick out your favorite distinction of all, and read for about 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. We did that. Da, 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 da. At the end, he says, I can't think of a better person than a father, a husband, a da 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 to, come out, whatever. Y'all, it was Keith Cameron Smith himself in the flesh. Oh my God, we lost it. We lost it. The 1,200, however many of us, right? We lost it. Mr. Bradley is incredible. He is
Yes,
amazing. He cares about this. If we get our mind right,
that's right.
get our money right. I'll share with y'all my distinction out of all of them. I went to distinction
Mhm.
4. That was the one I picked out because I'm a cheerful giver. So, y'all, I'm reading distinction 4, and distinction 4 is millionaires continually. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Millionaires believe they must be generous. The middle class believes it cannot afford to give. Right? Let me tell y'all this secret. Y'all don't tell my husband. He in the other room. Hopefully, he don't hear me. When we were going through bad debt, when we were in all that credit card debt, we're believers, so we tithe. And my husband, I no longer had a job anymore. So my husband had the checkbook and he was given, he was tithing or whatever, right? But at some point I realized that he was not giving the 10%, the first 10%. So the Holy Spirit told me, take the checkbook. Now I thought I was no longer worthy because I no longer was bringing in income. So how could I have the checkbook writing check? So anyway, long story short, I took the checkbook. The Lord told me, He told me to tithe. I know you don't have it. Tithe. Y'all, we couldn't even pay all of our bills. But when we went to church, I tithe my husband's salary. Hello. And can I tell you,
Wow.
I mean, the rest is history. I don't have to tell, I don't have to tell y'all where we are in income now. Y'all, this is here. Get this book, read this book. So I was sitting there in the session trying not to bawl, but tears were welling up in because I know I'm a giver. I am a
Yes.
giver, giver. And some other team members on here can attest to that know me. But y'all, I did what God asked me to do, and He asked me to give the tithe, the tenth, even though I didn't have. Don't ask me, y'all. All the bills got paid. It got done. Can I tell y'all, God could do more with 10% than you could ever do with 90. But because
Wow.
God changed my mindset,
Hmm.
I'm a if
Wow.
there's time, I want to share a transparent moment with you guys too at the end. I don't know if you want me to do it now or
Okay.
later, but God convicted me this morning, so I want to tell y'all.
Hmm. Wow, that is so powerful. Director Denise, I'm definitely gonna come over to you, but I gotta share this. I need you guys to put in the chat confirmation. There's human confirmation, and then I believe there's spiritual confirmation. Now, for those watching us on YouTube, this is not some kind of religious or organization. It's just that we happen to be a bunch of faith walkers. Many of us, not all of us. People come from all different backgrounds, but anybody that knows me knows that I read the Bible. My close friend know I read the Bible very haphazardly, but since I've been in Atlanta, like I don't follow a plan. But I started carving out the time since I've been here in Atlanta, just really making time. Quit saying that you don't understand the Bible. I've been just like, I'm just too old to keep saying that. I have, I have all kind of pastors in my family. I'm like, it can't be this difficult. Let me read the Bible and get the word for myself. And because I have a full blown relationship with ChatGPT, I have my Bible studies and I'll be like, okay, break this down, ChatGPT, where I can really understand it. And it has been working beautifully for me. So anybody that knows me personally know that I don't remember any scriptures, but I need somebody that's really into your word. Go find the scripture that I read this morning because I'm making my reading my word my priority in the morning. Somebody go to Second Corinthians and chapter 9. You are experiencing a miracle right now because I never remember any chapters. And I need you to let me know in that chapter, is that the one that's talking about being like a cheerful giver? Because if it is, like you experiencing a miracle, I remember no scriptures. I'm just being transparent. Let me know if that's what I read this morning.
Yes,
Find
ma'am.
it.
Second Corinthians is the 9th chapter, verses 6 and 7. But this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. Verse 7 is every man according as he purposeth in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loveth the cheerful giver.
So when I tell you, I was getting goosebumps listening to director Desiree, and she said, y'all already know what I'm earning, but I know some people that's going to hear us for the first time today that's not in our community, and I want you guys to hear my original question was, how you speak to yourself, your personal convictions, versus how you share it with others. Because of her journey, her inspiration, she shared, she was just, having her husband's income, but how she could communicate that. But what did you say to yourself, Director Benson, to make that shift? Because my journal today was writing about the 10%, and I was transparent in my journal because I'm thinking of a lack mentality. Some days that make me think I can't give the 10%. But I had a season in my life in my early 40s that breakthroughs was happening, not only financially, emotionally, and relationships, when I never wavered about the 10%. I just wrote about that this morning. So let's talk about the importance of our mindset. What are we saying to ourselves? And then how you share it with other people to inspire other people. So, Director Benson, just tell us about what are some of the things that you had to share and talk to. How did you talk to yourself to get to now being at the earning? And let our YouTube people know that's going to catch the replay where you are, where you started, and where you at now. What kind of internal conversations was that like?
Well, director, first of all, I no longer thought I was worthy because I no longer had income. We're we are judged by our income level in life. We're judged by how our kids
Yes.
turn out. And y'all, I no longer had either one of those because after giving up my career in corporate America to be a stay-at-home mom to my youngest daughter, now I no longer, back in 1998, I gave up $59,000 annually, right? So I was making money, helping to pay bills. My husband was paying the mortgage, I was paying these bills. And then no longer could I pay bills anymore. And then my youngest daughter, not to take y'all through the whole long story, but our youngest daughter has special needs. She'll be 28 in November. So now I don't have a child that I was able to raise from here to now walking and teach them something. And 28-year-olds are her level are they graduated. My friends' kids have graduated from college. They are getting married. So my life purpose, y'all, it was what? I had no money. I couldn't raise, I didn't have a child that I raised to be successful. So my self-worth was just like, what? I didn't think I was worthy, but God. And like you said, I want to preface this, not everybody believes in God, and that's okay. Maybe one day you will and you should. But for me and my house, when God spoke to me and told me what to do, then I did it. He also told me that if I would be faithful over a few things, he would make me ruler over many. When I was
Yes.
in the middle of changing a dirty diaper for my daughter, when other people were sending their kids to school, I'm changing an adult's diaper,
Mhm.
right? So y'all, I'm just saying, I don't know what it is for you, but the vehicle that did that, y'all, was planning marketing. I want to make that loud and clear because
Yes.
marketing is the vehicle. It is that freedom.
Hmm.
Freedom, y'all. Seriously. Not only can you free yourself, but you can free everybody you know.
That's right.
Everybody who wants to be free. So I had to
Yes.
get my mind right. So now my money is finally right.
Wow, that is so powerful. That is so powerful. So, guys, I just want to kind of wrap up today's session and give you your homework so that you can understand that there is a reason why we have, things that we assign in the group when your directors and your sponsors, and sometimes you have to make adjustments. It's a lot going on. Everybody is not going to be able to do everything, but you pick the things that you're committed to, that your schedule will allow you to do, and then you lean into those things. Like be like the IMV for me is a non-negotiable. Talking to 10 people a day about my business is a non-negotiable. Facilitating these 40 days and 40 night sessions quarterly is a non-negotiable. So remember this as we're preparing to close out. What I want you guys to do is look at your uh your daily method of operation that we set up during 40/40. Take a look at that. Pick out the things that is going to be a non-negotiable for you and your business, whatever that thing is, and say why you selected it. Let us know why you selected it, and then talk to us, uh tell us what the thing is, and then why is it that you feel like it's going to be the thing to take you to the next level. Okay, so that's going to be our assignment for today. And then we look forward to seeing it. And we're going to have some more things for you to read through tomorrow. So we're going to build upon this tomorrow, talking about like the big three. Also, make sure you bring your journals. If you have your journals, bring them tomorrow. If you have your PDF, print it out. Y'all, your PDF, even if you got the PDF, it should be cute. Have it in a folder. Don't have loose papers all thrown around. It's about intentionality. I don't care if you have a dollar notebook that you're tracking your progress. Put something on there on the cover to make you get inspired. I don't care if you say, well, I'm going to put $100,000 on the cover on permanent marker. Make it something that you're going to look back through this part of your journey and feel very, very inspired by it. Okay. So I'm going to ask Director Denise that if her and Mike want to close out anything before I open it up for Q&A.
Did you call me director?
Yep. I just want to say if you
Okay.
had anything to add before we do Q&A.
Okay, not really. I was just going to church with Director Desiree. That's my girl. And some people may be on one end of the spectrum, others may be on the other end of the spectrum. But I wanted to say this, and I get tickled with myself because Director Desiree knows my story too. As most of you on here do, and being a principal, 6-figure salary for a number of years, ticked off my boss, got let go, right? And for a director, the devil tried to have me thinking like, dang, I guess I can't. I guess I can't. Shoot, he making all the money now. Honey, that thought went out the window so fast, honey. So fast. I said, yes, I can. You know why, Attorney Toya? Because I knew that if I wanted to go back somewhere, I have earning potential. A guy I dated years ago used to always talk to me about that. I think my signal went out. Okay. Used to always talk about being a person who has earning potential. And I remember Mr. Bradley just said this a couple times last week in Milwaukee. He said it again in Detroit. He said when he was in college, he only dated degree-seeking women. He said he didn't want locals.
Wow.
He said I need a relationship. I need to be when are we graduating, not when am I graduating, right?
Okay.
That reminded me of one of my exes who said, you got earning potential. You have a degree, you have experience, you started out
That's right.
early. So no matter what happens, if I want to go to the school across the street and apply, I'm almost certain I could get back in there with no problem.
That's right.
But the mindset, like that Director Desiree was saying, is so different now because I know my worth. And now the fact that I see you, Georgette, nodding that head hard, Ms. Knox. I see you. When you've
Yes.
done it before, you can do it again. Just
That's
like
right.
he's done it before, he can do it again. So I feel like, no, like my experience and my skills will take me anywhere I need. So Desiree, I'll be up here. He might have that check that comes twice a month for sure, and the same amount for sure. But I be walking around. I hear Director JP say, "You better act like a 6-star right now. If you ain't, I'm a whole one.
Right.
I drive like a 6-star. I eat like a 6-star. I move around like I just have this belief that that's what I'm supposed to have, and I'm going to
That's
have it.
right.
The time just got to catch up. So,
I love it.
Desiree, thank you for that. And Director Carmen, thank you for the space as always.
Thank you so much, Director. You nailed it. You nailed it. All right, Mike, anything you want to add to that? We're going to do, because we are going to officially close out with Mike's comment. And then we're going to, of course, have an after party for those of you that have the flexibility. And we're going to still allow 15 minutes for Q&A in case you guys need it. Mike, what's your thoughts about today's session?
Today was good. I had no idea what we were doing today, so this was good. It ended up well. Got some nuggets that I can get through the rest of my day with. And this is the beauty of 40/40 always coming together. And once we get a conversation going, once Carmen kicks off a topic, you just never know where it's going to go, and you just never know what you're going to get from it. So I hope everybody got something from today. If you were here for 10 minutes or 30 minutes, that you got at least one thing to help you get through the rest of your day.
Yes, I love it. I love it because today was not this wasn't the plan for today, but I know how to read the room. And when Desiree broke down, there was no way I wasn't going to share with you guys my experience. So that means I'm just ahead of the game because what was going to be covered today, I'll just cover it tomorrow because sometimes we have to lead with what the people need and not what we think people need, right? So thank you so much for successfully completing day 6 of 40 days and 40 nights. Now I'm gonna turn off the recording. We're gonna have some Q&A.